100 crores will be difficult these days. Whatever we were doing in 2016, that 30 crore film used to do 50 crore. I think we are back to that stage. Theatrical is big for horror. So yes, horror is a good genre to be in. I think the Southern Fraternity has done exceedingly well in that. Stars need to redefine what they should charge. The box office collection of day one should be the stars piece.
Girish Johar, welcome to CNN News 18.
Hi, Vishal. How are you? Thank you.
Good,
Pleasure
sir. How
always.
are you, sir?
A pleasure always, Vishal.
Thank you, sir. Sir, how do you see the current box office trend, sir? The recent release, Bad News collected 30 crores in its opening weekend. Do you think the film now entering 100 crore will become a rare feat, considering the lifetime collections of other films like Kill, Chandu Champion, and Mr. and Mrs. Mai, and Shrikant, which released earlier this year?
So see, I believe that box office is tough these days. Post the pandemic, the definitely two things happened. One is the audience's consumption pattern to for theatrical films got changed, and definitely they have a bigger option, rather a very lucrative option on watching content on OTT. So these two things have made a lot of difference. The cinema going habits of the audiences has not, I would say, has drastically changed. So yes, if you go through brass tack numbers, whatever we were doing in 2016, that 30 crore film used to do 50 crore. That 50 crore film used to do 70 crore because we were, getting that high curve in our numbers, box office numbers. I think we are back to that stage. Remember, there was Ayushman Khurrana films, that Kangana Ranaut films, which did 100 crore. Queen also was, was a small film, did quite good numbers. Ayushman used to do, that 60, 70 crore ka bracket was to touching 100 crores at that point of time, much earlier before the pandemic. I think that phase has gone. We are back to pre that phase. So yes, 100 crores will be difficult these days. Big films have to have, or you have to something be extraordinary. Like a 12th Fail was an extraordinary film, but it couldn't touch 100 crores. So,
That also you have to give credit to Viduvno Chopra because he actually used his influence and kept the film in theaters. Do you
yeah,
agree?
in fact, many in the fraternity saw the film. Many, people who do have, monetization rights for the film, and they were not confident of the film. It was solely Vidhu Vinod Chopra ji who was very confident of the film. He wanted to go through the theatrical route, and yes, his conviction paid off.
So then, do you think a new formula for the success is being redefined? I mean, Munjia is the best example. No known stars, and still the film made huge. I mean, it scored over 100 crores at the box office.
So see, yes, no new formula in the sense. Right now, there is nothing. Right now, there is no. You don't know what needs to be added, what ingredients are there. Every filmmaker is still trying to find out ki they should tread that particular path. There is no defined rules right now. We are in such a situation. The film economy is in the box office economy is in such a situation that they're still finding, okay, this could be the trend, or this could be the thread, or this could. So they're just trying to figure out what is the right way. Yes, having said that, what has completely come out is that stars are important for a film, which do can probably get opening because they were guaranteeing opening, which is in today's time. But it is, I think, the content which is very critical. So if you have a different story to tell or a different perspective to tell, the audience is there, irrespective of whoever is top lining the film.
So then, talking about then the genre, do you think horror is a genre that Bollywood now need to explore more? Because if you look at the films that was scored big at the box office, two out of the one who scored are of horror genre. Munja is a horror comedy, and Shaitan was a horror in that same space. And coming next is Stree 2. You yourself is a producer, sir. Then do you think producers will be hopping on the horror film genre bandwagon?
See, Vishal, I've been personally a big proponent of the horror genre. Horror genre, if you go by the analysis, is the biggest ROI genre, not only for Hindi films, Indian films, even Hollywood films. After animation, animation is extensive. Horror genre, even in Hollywood, is one of the biggest ROIs. So, having said that, yes, because theatrical experiences require, big, not only big ticket, but even, community viewing. When you watch a horror film in a community viewing, you get that chill, you get that spine thrill. So I think that is the reason the audiences are really liking a horror film to be watched in theaters. Having said that, yes, we need more and more to come. It can be horror comedy, it can be horror thriller, it can be horror drama, it can be a gory horror, anything in that space. Yes, I think audiences would take it up. We need to just ensure it was a downslide because it was an adult genre used to get an A certificate, so satellite revenues got affected, and we need to put music in it. So that is the sometimes storytelling was taken a little backseat because you need to add those ingredients, elements, so that you can get a larger section of the audiences. But now I think the audiences have evolved much. You have more avenues also. OTT is one there, and theatrical is big for horror. And yeah, satellite remains to be low. So yes, horror is a good genre to be in.
So then, sir, you yourself is a producer, and going by the numbers, very few films have managed to cross that 100 crore barrier, which reached this year. So our studios and producers are working on a new formula to bring down the cost of the film.
See, yes, cost of the film is very important. What has happened is all the critical three revenues, which is theatrical box office, satellite, as well as OTT. These are the three and music right is also there. There are other rights also, but these are the top three rights which constitute the largest revenue share for a film recovery. All these three rights are under stress right now. Box office, we all know. Satellite also, the markets are literally quite low, bare minimum. OTT is seeing its downward curve. So the revenues which were expecting 1x, 1.5x, or 2x from a particular right are now under 1x. So even the OTT, I cannot say the bubble is bursting, but I think the bubble is flattening is what I would say. And so even their revenue streams, their offerings to producers for the rights are now being a little very conservative these days. So yes, we need to look into that.
Sir, there was so much of talk about staff fees and other costs like entourage. Do you think if you just rework on these elements, how will this make film business viable?
I think the entire system needs to look into a rehaul. Entourage costs, as Karan Johar also said in a press conference, is a very minuscule
Yeah, I also agree with the same. Yeah.
yeah, it's a minuscule percentage of the big. It's basically the actor fees which is big,
Yeah,
and then we need to. That's the number one thing that needs to be addressed to. And the entourage cost can come within that subset, and also the
totally.
milieu. We need to be more particular about the milieu, avoid wastage. And I think the Southern fraternity has done exceedingly well in that. What they have done is that within the star fees, the entourage fees, they have, so it is the star who has to decide that who will come along with him for outdoor shoots or wherever the shooting is. But it will be, they'll be, the staff will be paid through the star's fee, the star's salary. So I think that's the best way because, that's the most prudent way. But entourage is a very minuscule. I think stars need to redefine what they should charge. Box office is a good barometer. To me, whoever I speak to within the fraternity, I always say that, yeah, if you're a star-driven industry, then day one is the box office collection of day one should be the stars fees. Whatever he's drawing. If he's drawing 50 crores, he should take 50. If he's drawing 10 crores, he should, so day one is the stars fees. Day two onwards, the producer can, then bifurcate among the director and all that stuff. And I think that is a very viable option for everyone because stars are charging 30, 30, 40, 40 crores, even more than upwards of 50 or 100 crores, and they are not opening even 3 to 5 crores or 7 crores. That's harakiri, and that's bleeding. That's making everyone bleed in the fraternity.
I have another question for that star who's charging that much fees. But sir, OTT platform when they came to India, they really paid very huge amounts to stars and to the studios. So north of 10 crore per episode was given to few stars. And now they're asking to go back to the old formula.
Even if you actually see OTT rights or the satellite rights, they are trying to link their sales with box office. So in event, box office has become the critical barometer. So if you need maximum box office returns, you need to have the right story so that you can engage the audiences.
I'm saying, as a viewer, if I know that if I see the poster of a film and I see Netflix written on the poster, then I know that, okay, this film going to be coming on Netflix a month later. So
So
if the
yes,
film
that's what I'm
doesn't
trying
have
to
a
come
great,
at, Vishal. It is the urgency to watch at a theater. If there is no urgency to watch in a theater, then you can watch it 2 months, 3 months, 4 months down the line. So the content or the way you market, I'll give you the right example. Last Friday, Toba Toba, Bad News. Though the film has got decent reviews, nothing extraordinary. It had a very specific TG audience. It didn't cut across tier 2, tier 3. It was a very metric youth. But Toba Toba song they played everywhere. So the youth went. So it is the urgency which they created with that song. And I believe they should be happy with whatever they've earned so far. So, but despite the decent kind of reviews, so it is the urgency factor which decides all this.
I to believe it's the trailer and the song. If the
Yeah, वो
if you
ट्रेलर
have
वो
great
urgency
trailer,
एग्जैक्टली बहुत से मेकर्स तो अभी म्यूजिक को डाल ही नहीं रहे हैं वो दैट्स अ रॉन्ग थॉट इंडिया में यू इफ यू नीड टू हैव अ गुड प्रमोशन यू नीड टू क्रिएट दैट
have a solid
टॉकेबिलिटी
soundtrack and a
म्यूजिक
great trailer. And
how
you
you
have a
create urgency is that only na. It is not that you're playing a bad content, you're giving 10 times spots or 20 times spots in 1 hour. That is, no one would watch a bad trailer, even if it is 100 times in 1 hour. It is the urgency of that, that content. It is that content pull has to be there.
I give example of Dabang trailer. When the Dabang trailer first dropped, we were so happy rewatching the Dabang trailer, and that time we decided, okay, bhai, I'm going to watch that film, irrespective of. And then the music was, I mean,
Yes.
something else.
So
Yeah,
music in Hindi films or Indian films, even Southern films, is a critical element. I think people were trying to, circumvent that, but I don't think music can ever go off Indian cinema. It's going to be part for sure.
and finally, sir, how do you see the clash between Stree 2 and Khel Khel Mein? Akshay Kumar is struggling to give a hit for a long time. On the
Veda
other
too.
hand, people are really excited about Stree 2.
Yeah, I think it's a three-way clash. I believe the
Veda is
Veda is
also.
also, yeah. So it's a three-way clash. So ideally, it's a long weekend. So I believe that I really want, honestly, Akshay Kumar films to work because from a fellow fraternity member, what happens is the more he's one star who does consecutively 3 to 4 films.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know his sincerity has been questioned, his pricing has been questioned, his story selection has been questioned. But see, these are stars who've done, work for the last 30 years, 20 years. They've seen all ups and downs. It is one trailer which will, just wipe everything off away and you just want to watch that film. So I'm pretty confident. Like Shah Rukh Khan is that example. His films were loved, and now then he had a bad space, and then he's begin two big films, and he's on top of the world right now. So again, Akshay Kumar also there. Having said that, I've loved the trailer of Stree. I am sure it's going to be take a huge start, and the dynamics right now which we are in, it's going to give a tough fight to both the other films also, for sure.
So honestly, as an audience member, I don't care what an actor has charged or what the budget
Yes,
of the film or
true.
what it's making. I'm only concerned about if the trailer is good, we are watching it. And
Yes. So that has changed after the OTT. That consumption pattern which I was talking about, that has what's changed. So right now you want to watch, even if it's an Akshay Kumar film or it's a Shraddha Kapoor film
the
or a
Sharvari
John
Wagh
Abraham,
film,
yeah, or a Sharvari Wagh, Munjaya film, or even Shaitan, which was nowhere promoted, just got 3 weeks of window promotion, trailer launch, and bang.
yes.
So if it's a good film, the audiences are again enticed to watch it. There is an urgent urgency created to watch it at the cinema, they'll watch it. 12th fail, I would say, and even to a limited extent, Kill also had done decent. Big Article 370, Jami Gautam,
Yeah.
again that urgency to watch.
A
So
bona fide hit. A real bona fide hit. Yeah.
yeah, so having said that, if you see whatever has run are different and good films. I don't bad films are, they dive. Bad films they dive on Friday morning itself. So that is another feature which has come post pandemic. Earlier we used to say कि चलो 3 दिन चल जाएगी. That has gone now. वो Friday को दोपहर को ही नहीं चलती है. So evening onwards you come to know that the film has no life at the box.
We'll have a different conversation about bad films someday, sir. But right now, I just want to thank you for taking time out and talking to us.
Thank you so much, Vishal. Pleasure always.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward. Thank you.
Yes,
Take
sir.
care.